Hello, I'm Marcy D. Hembra, the museum's owner, and I'd like to welcome you all to Group 2's exhibition on the topic of globalization of region. All we need is your time and cooperation. Enjoy this tour!
Good day, everyone. Good day, ma'am. My name is Maria Eliza Gallardo, and I am here to represent Group 2. And our topic for today is about globalization of religion. Give you a brief introduction about the population of religions in worldwide scale. According to a 2010 study by the Pew Research Center, there are more than 7 billion people in the globe today, and 5.8 billion of them, or about 84% of them, identifies as members of a religious group in 2012. According to the same survey, the majority of these individuals are either Christians, Muslims, or Hindus. A significant minority, little more than 16%, declare themselves to be unaffiliated. Unaffiliated means not officially attached to or connected with an organization or group. They are the people who does not belong to any religious organizations. Globalization refers to the historical process by which all the world's people increasingly come to live in a single social unit. It implicates religion and religions in several ways. From religious or the logical perspective, globalization calls for the religious response and interpretation. Yet, religion and religions have also played important roles in bringing about and characterizing globalizations. Among the consequences of this implication for religion have been that globalization encouraged religious pluralism. Religions identify themselves in relation to one another, and they become less rooted in particular places. Because of diasporas and transnational ties, globalization further provides fertile ground for a variety of non-institutionalized religious manifestations and for the development of religion. Religion, the most challenging subject to research objectively, is probably religion. Some people have strong religious convictions and have no interest in pursuing other religions. Others do not believe in supernatural beings and are skeptical of sociology's concern with issues that seem to be outside the purview of science. They examine alternative views that they believe are weird, threatening, or completely absurd. System of socially shared symbols, beliefs, and rituals that is directed toward the sacred, supernatural realm and addresses the ultimate meaning of existence. Religion have been diversely defined, both academically by theorists in the field of social sciences and subjectively by people who engage in it.
Good morning, everyone. I am Perlin Andela Peña, and I am here to give you additional knowledge about religion in the age of globalization. In prelude of our discussion is having articulated the meaning that people attach to religion and religious experience. The question we ask now is this: in the time and rapid and widespread globalization of economic, political, and cultural information and process, where does religion lie in the greater scheme of things? Secularization, the action or process of converting something from religious to secular possession or use. Victor Randometov addressed this question in his essay, Religion and Globalization. He started by pointing out the rift between the study of religion and social sciences. He further underscored how the focus of social sciences in the past century was secularization. The hypothesized demise of religion in its volume societies manifested, for instance, in the separation of the church and state. It can be said that secularization is the enforcement of secularism, a philosophical view oriented toward the need for secular life beyond one's religion's life. In an earlier work, Stark has discussed so comprehensively why the secularization hypothesis, suggesting that the demise of religion will happen alongside the rise of modernization, does not hold fast as a sound sociological hypothesis, citing evidence that across centuries there have not been stark change in people's religions, beliefs, and commitments. According to Randometov, there have been two distinct perspectives related to secularization in the modern times. Number 1. The notion of post-secularity, or the return of religious consciousness in the public sphere. Number 2. Religious modernity, where secularization is an active process emerging from social action or religious pluralism and tolerance. One of the consequences and promoters of globalization is cultural diversity, as people let ideas flow in and out of geographical spaces. We bring in and out as well our belief, values, and traditions. We hear from all religions the Jewish experience of exile or diaspora when they were sent out for the land of Israel and scattered toward different parts of the world. Today, the same journey is taken by people. The age of diaspora in the contemporary times happened for various reasons. And as people move in and out of territories, they also carry with them their religious affiliation and its correspondent philosophies and practices.
Hello, I'm John Ronald Botiel Nas, and I'm going to discuss about the religious fundamentalism and globalization of religions. Religious fundamentalism. Fundamentalism refers to strict adherence to traditional or orthodox religious beliefs. It's normally viewed as a type of conservative religious movement characterized by the advocacy of strict conformity to sacred texts. However, it was applied more broadly to a wide variety of religious movements during the late 20th century. In fact, many of the major religions in the world today can be said to have fundamentalist movements. There are varying opinions as to religious fundamentalism. Some studies have established that it relates to cognitive and affective processes that influence behavior. On the other hand, have shown that it is linked to some of the from conflict and hostility toward people on different belief systems. Opined that religious fundamentalism manifests in two ways. Nonviolent intolerance means extreme identification with a particular religion, and violent intolerance means direct use of physical violence in pursuing subjectively defined as religious mission. This proposition suggests that not all forms of religious fundamentalism cause some form of physical harm, but either form implies some sort of exaggerated in-group certainly and discrimination of outgroups which one manifestations of intolerance. On to the next topic, the globalization of religions. Another phenomenon that matters is analyzing religion trends in the age of globalization is referred to as globalization of religion. It means universal religion is thematized alongside local particularity. This is linked with deterritorialization, the flow of religious tradition in areas where these traditions are unfamiliar or unpopular, paving way for the emergence of transitional religion. Historically, we can get glean the major religions in the world originate from the particular geographical spaces and has territorial attachments. For instance, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Judaism can be traced back into the Middle East, while Buddhism and Taoism from Oriental Asia. These religions have populated around the world as a cultural exchange between the East and the West took place during the age of expeditions and colonialism. Nowadays, arguably nearly the same trends can be observed, only faster. Territorial attachment of religions become less and less profound as they found place in the multiple spaces around the globe. In the age of globalization, Rudomedov suggested 4 forms of globalization. 1. Vernacularization, 2. Indigenization, 3. Nationalization, and 4. Transnationalization. Vernacularization, linking religious universalism with vernacular language. Sacred practices remain to be tied to particular sacred language. Indigenization, linking religious universalism with local particularism. Religious practices are blended with indigenous practices. Nationalization, linking universal religion and local national particularism. Emergence of local religions tied with universal religions. Transnationalization, absorption of a universal religion into one's own culture. Naturalization of religion, allegiance to global religious community. And that concludes my report. Thank you for your attention today. Now, Mr. De Los Reyes will summarize our topic. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I am Ernesto de los Reyes and I'm going to share about globalization of religion. In this context, the globalization of religion can be understood as a process of realignment in this global religious situation, a process which involves the following three facets. First, it applies the inevitable transformation of individual religious organization. Second, it can be expected the new characteristic, the spread religions around the world. As the world more modern, religions continue to evolve. Since the beginning of religion, people have been trying to spread the word of their deity to any agnostic community. Take Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. For example, they were able to expand so extensively and effectively because they relied heavily on the service of missionaries, as well as the work of pilgrims and diasporas. Charles the Great, the King of France on the First Holy Roman Emperor from 774 to 840, was constantly at the war with his enemies, spreading Christianity with the edge of his sword. He conquered and united the majority of Europe, enforcing his Roman Catholic beliefs on all his new acquired subjects. After the destruction of the Holy Temple, the Jew had no choice but to scatter throughout the Roman Empire. They carried their religion with them, settling in communities from China to the Americas, and thus spreading Judaism by building schools and synagogues, and by practicing their faith through the transportation and enslavement of millions of Africans. African religions moved to the Americas and combined with the Catholicism and other domination. Today, according to the article, The Dynamics of Religion in the Age of Globalization by Wat Pasukato, the revival of religion are related closely with modernization and reinforced by globalization.